So Deadpool 3 to reveal Marvel Cinematic Universe's Wolverine, Avengers 6. Let's see what everything always has to say about this and check this out.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka All Fires. Now, if you haven't been following the rumor mill lately or watching channels like mine, the last 2 weeks it has been one after another with the Deadpool 3 and Wolverine rumors, and so much so over the last week that we haven't been able to really keep up at the channel. This is going to be our full recap video because within the last hour, Daniel RPK has weighed in and says, no, Daniel Radcliffe is not the MCU's Wolverine, but just earlier today, Casey Walsh from Geeks Worldwide indicated by the end of Deadpool 3, we're going to know who the MCU's Wolverine is. We're going to break down all the latest reports as they pertain to Daniel Radcliffe, what's going on with the plot in Deadpool and his search for the perfect Wolverine variant, and what it ultimately means for this report from Casey Walsh, just who's going to be the MCU's Wolverine, and what I think he really meant. We're breaking it all down, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report, and everything in between. So, if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. The next one is just weeks away to coincide with Loki. Again, all you gotta do be a subscriber, leave a comment on this video if you want, stick around to the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this all started this past weekend when actor Daniel Radcliffe, who, let's face it, his name has been associated with Wolverine for quite some time now, given just the fan artwork that exists on the internet. It was reported that he was cast in a secret role over the weekend. It was then followed up with a report from Daniel RPK that Deadpool would be searching the multiverse for a quote-unquote perfect Wolverine variant, and ultimately he would decide that there would be no recast. Basically, a meta take on looking for Wolverine for the MCU. But today, industry insider Casey Walsh followed it up with, by the end of Deadpool 3, we're going to know who the MCU's Wolverine is. And a lot of people wondered if that didn't mean that Daniel Radcliffe's secret role wasn't the MCU's Wolverine. And honestly, that wasn't the unfair reaction I think sometimes fans give to information that's pretty clear. I mean, this is all clumped together. We're hearing Daniel Radcliffe has this secret role in Deadpool 3, and now all of a sudden a different industry insider is saying we're going to know who the MCU's Wolverine is. I think pretty clearly what Casey Walsh was indicating is that that meta take we're going to see in Deadpool with him deciding there's no recast is simply involving Hugh Jackman's Wolverine coming over to the 616 and finishing out as the MCU's Wolverine and through the end of the Infinity Saga. I know that a recent comment from the director made it seem like this is his last shot, but he was only meaning that in the sense of making sure he was in the blue and yellow suit. And while Hugh Jackman may have maintained that the character died and was ended in Logan, as soon as he agreed to come back from this in the middle of a multiverse saga and got it explained to him that, hey, there's infinite variants, I think all of a sudden anything is on the table, and it's pretty clear from all the report standpoints that Marvel Studios wants to focus on the multiverse saga and bringing back the old nostalgic characters. That means that for the time being, and while we're excited about it, Marvel Studios isn't worried about the quote-unquote new Wolverine in the MCU until probably the end of the decade, say 2029 or 2030, after the multiverse saga has been concluded. And as we heard yesterday, it might be 2028 before Secret Wars comes out, depending on how these strikes go and whatever other delays are between now and then. It may be even longer than that. So when Casey Walsh says we'll know who the MCU's Wolverine is, and while he may clarify what he meant himself here in the future, I took this to mean by the end of Deadpool, it's going to be pretty clear that the MCU Wolverine is going to be Hugh Jackman until the end of the multiverse saga. Which again, just keeps coming back to my theory that when we saw in She-Hulk that a man with claws fights in bars, that's Hugh Jackman. That Deadpool and Wolverine are already there, and as if you've been watching my channel for the last week, you'll know I've said this in at least 2 out of the last 5 videos, that I don't expect the TVA to still exist by the time we get to end of Loki Season 2, so I expect Deadpool 3 to fall in the timeline as sort of a prequel event to the end of the TVA, which will see him and Hugh Jackman into the 616 as the MCU's Wolverine and for the rest of the multiverse saga. Which sort of brings me to my final thought, and no, it's not that we should all be patient. It's going to be quite some time before we get a new X-Men in the MCU, but really I'm surprised that Marvel Studios was willing to go down this road, and let me clarify, I'm shocked that they went a decade without doing another Avengers film after pouring over $1 billion into that franchise over a decade ago, but I'm even more shocked they were willing to bring Hugh Jackman's Wolverine back because of how long it's going to need to be before they recast. I really thought it would be years before we'd see another Wolverine, and this is before we knew that the X-Men were completely off the table for Marvel Studios, and for whatever reason that may be revealed in the future. Back in 2019, we expected Marvel Studios might start introducing the X-Men on Disney Plus and rather soon, but that wasn't to be the case. And I said because of how iconic Hugh Jackman's role was, they'd need to wait years to recast. Now you'll have Hugh Jackman back in the role of Wolverine, with Marvel Studios producing it, and have him playing Wolverine for, I don't know, the next 3 or 4 years into Secret Wars, which will make it even that much harder for another actor to come along and be the MCU's Wolverine, unless Hugh Jackman never planned on sticking around for Secret Wars, and the reason he was willing to do this film was it was truly a one-off, which would mean Marvel Studios would have an awesome opportunity during a Deadpool 3, while they're looking at Wolverine variants, to pick out the new cast and have a Wolverine in the MCU for Secret Wars if it's not going to be Hugh Jackman. Now, I'm simply saying this for devil's advocacy's sake. I don't know what the ultimate plan is, but it's been ubiquitously reported that they were reaching out to Hugh Jackman about doing that, and as I just said in this video, if you're going to come back for this, it's all on the table. Why would you not come back for Secret Wars as well, unless Hugh Jackman has a reason for not doing that? Again, that would be this opportunity to get an MCU Wolverine. Now, I think there's other Easter eggs that are being laid right now in Marvel and have been throughout Phase 4 that lead to a formation of an origin story for Wolverine in the MCU, and maybe they're not looking to go down that road. It would be a lot easier for them to pull in a Wolverine variant that already has a story established, like they did with the Tom Holland's Peter Parker, not having to rehash that story, and especially if Hugh Jackman is going to be around for a couple more films. But guys, let me know all your thoughts down below. How do you feel about any of this? Either Hugh Jackman finishing out the rest of the multiverse saga through Secret Wars, or them bringing in a new Wolverine, and if so, who's your pick to play the new Wolverine in the MCU? I'm all ears as always. Quickly, let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Alright guys, we will be kicking back up with the live watch parties for Loki here very soon. It was also announced today that Werewolf by Night will be coming out in color in about 20 days. Probably won't do a watch party for that, but I hope, fingers crossed, they're going to start putting out the Loki episodes around 9 p.m. like they're doing with the Ahsoka series right now. If that's the case, we'll be going live here at the channel about 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That said, if you want to be entered to win for the giveaway, we'll have a new one for the finale of Loki. Super simple to be entered to win. All you got to do is hit the subscribe button, then leave a comment down below. Because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. The best way to keep up the content has always been to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on. And as always, if you like today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name's Michael Roman. Find me in a couple places, Instagram and Twitter at @Empires. You can also find me on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon, Apple, iTunes, under the name Allfires. And while I sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posted again real soon.
Subscribe, like this video. Have a great day, and see you guys. Bye.